Hello, everybody. Today we'll be discussing how media impacts our lives in a number of ways, both positively and negatively. Before we get to that, though, I want to ask you guys, how often a day do you think that you consume media? Whether it be news late at night or getting stuck in endless scrolling. I know me personally, I love TikTok because of all the trends, the catchy songs, they just reel me in. So I end up spending a lot of countless hours just scrolling down TikTok because I enjoy it, it makes me feel good, and I think it's fun. So, how often do you find yourself in those endless scrolling, or how often do you find yourself consumed by the news in the evenings? I want you to think about your answer as I go through the rest of the speech. So, today I'll be focusing on a few key topics. First, I will show you how traditional media affects us both positively and negatively. I will then tell you about how social media affects us positively and negatively. And then finally, this one's kind of a curveball because I do enjoy watching true crime, and I have noticed this a lot, and I thought it needed to be talked about. We will be discussing how media affects our criminal justice system. So first up is traditional media. This will be your news stations, your TV shows, your radio stations. They can establish really healthy habits by showing you things like eating right or taking care of your mental health. You can also stay connected through varying ways, like seeing your local community, and it promotes being involved in your local community through just taking care of it, politics, things like that. The downside to this is that it is oversaturated with kind of negative news. Like, according to the annual review of public health, more crime-ridden shows or more crime-ridden news stations will make people feel as though their crime rates are just a little bit higher than they actually are because it is all you're seeing. Newsworthy topics aren't really like, what did they have for dinner? It's usually like, what is bad that is happening. It can also really invoke very strong emotions on things that might not usually do it by the way the newscasters are portraying it. For example, if they're like breaking news, danger, you'll feel as though it is more dangerous than it might not be. With social media, it does share a lot of the similar things as traditional media, but in its own ways. So according to News, which is a Harvard newsletter, social media allows you to stay connected through time and space. I know personally I have a very busy school life and work life, and I don't really get to hang out with a lot of my friends as I'd like to, so it's really nice to share in their celebratory moments, even though I can't see them as much as I would like. With healthy boundaries, you can really establish positive well-being because you won't feel like you're alone in this, perfect world. The cons are because our world and our environments are so highly saturated with technology, we feel as though we can't live without it. I know me personally, I feel very in danger or kind of uneasy if I leave my house without my phone. Social media can also lead to wrong expectations. For example, everything on social media is perfect. So you have your perfect life, your perfect wife, everything like that, and it can make people feel as though they have to be perfect too. Well, nothing is perfect on social media. According to the Insight Digital magazine by the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, overuse of social media can lead to negative mental health due to the issues that I just spoke about. Lastly, media affects the criminal justice system in a number of ways. For example, it provides them with more eyes and ears for certain things, like if they need help finding people or in Amber Alert situations. It also keeps you aware of what's happening around you and in your environment. Police can also use social media through Facebook to track people down, to figure out what they're doing and things like that. A couple cons are that it does eliminate your privacy because police can see a lot more things than they used to before before social media took off like it did. It also can be dangerous because people can call in prank leads or give out misleading information that might be dangerous. For example, if a missing child is thought to be found when they're not actually found, people will stop looking for them. In conclusion, both traditional and social media are very helpful because it allows you to stay connected, it allows you to see what's going on, it allows you to kind of be a little bit freer than we may have been in the past. The cons is that there's a lot of misleading information that can make you feel bad. The most important thing to remember is set boundaries. Remember to not overuse this type of media. Remember to just take care of your own mental health before worrying about anybody else. It is very important to remember that far too often what is said on media and on social media is perceived to be true and factual. It is not always true and factual. Thank you.